It, let's see. It's almost good evening for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Some people do call 5 o'clock evening here in the South in particular.
Wow. Did you did you were you affected by that terrible weather?
No, I was not, but New York was.
In New Jersey, right?
I don't think where I lived in Montclair. I don't think so.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Since
praying
you,
for them. It was pretty rough.
okay, you're the only one on here, so I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Every morning I send out a musing. That means something I'm thinking about to different people. And I want to know, would you like to be on my list?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Would would
You
it
don't
be
have to answer me. You never have to answer me, only if I say something interesting. I never talk about anything negative. I talk about my past. I talk about leaves turning color and birds and
give me
things
an
like that.
example?
Well, I talked about a rumble seat the other day. Do you know about a rumble seat?
I've heard of it. What is it?
Well, some of the first cars did not have trunks. They had a seat there. It was called a rumble seat. My father had one. I
Oh,
was
in the
never in
back,
it.
in the
Yeah,
back,
I
right?
remember. Yes, 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 something like that. So I said I got 91 years of memories, and I'm sharing them.
Yeah, one of my cousins, they showed me a picture of one of those cars that had a rumble seat on it. The Meeks
Okay,
family, Juanita Meeks. I mean,
Juanita.
no, not
Okay.
Juanita. Judy, Judy
Oh, good.
Atkins. Her grandfather Leo Meeks. No, William Atkins had one. Had a car
Hmm.
and a black one, and they would ride around in it. Yeah.
Yes, it was called a rumble seat or a mother-in-law's seat in England.
Oh man, we're going back. We're
Yes.
going back to there then, huh?
Well, yes, that's what I do. I tell things that people don't remember, don't know. How about a telephone party line?
Yes, I
You
remember
know
that.
about that? Okay.
They
So
were
how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 72.
Oh, you're just a child.
I
No,
remember when that's when a few people want to come see. Okay. That's when a few people would share the same line, wouldn't they?
Yes, yes, and they had a code, like a Morse code. And so when it rang, you weren't supposed to answer it unless it was yours because it was an open line. So, we kids used to listen to what other people were saying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Might be the number of houses on the same street would have been on the same line between two telephone poles. That's the beginning. Now my father had a business, so he had a business number. So I don't know whether businesses were separate from the party line. I don't remember. But my first telephone number was 24R, and that R meant that was a code that my family would use. It might be dot 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 space dot dot like a Morse code. And
Wow.
and and
What
mm,
did you send out today? What message did you send out this morning?
I don't remember. And when I go to bed at night, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And in the morning, I don't really remember what I talk, but I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. And you're going to be number 78 on my list.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That I started with one person. I'll send you the explanation of why I started this. One
Tell me
person.
tell me a little bit about the e-card.
The
That
e
e-card, the e-cards that you send.
Oh, Jackie Lawson.
Yes.
Yes, you like those?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I feel special when I receive one of those.
Oh, okay.
I
Yes.
really do it because I really do feel special when I receive them from you. It does
Oh,
touch my
good.
heart.
Yes. Thank you. I enjoy them. I like the animated cards, and they're all different topics, and so I send a lot of those out. That's what I like to do. I like to be that kind of a blessing.
Yeah, you're
People
thoughtful. You're
like
thinking
that.
about people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I put my lipstick on for you today.
Well, that's one thing. I it's something to look forward to. The way the world is going now. These meetings are, and this time that we can spend with each other, whether it's one on one, whether it's a number,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it brings about happiness and some peace in a
I think
sense.
so. I think so. Yes, yes. Brenda told me to tell you she's not on because we do not have a whole lot of beautiful days like you have. So
Yeah.
today is a beautiful day. So she is out and about.
Well, she deserves it. She really does. But the fact of the matter, we have established a relationship, and that goes a long ways.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, yes.
So, what have you been doing this week?
What have I been doing? I went to a Delta. I'm a Delta soror. Went to a meeting yesterday that was very nice. I met a very interesting woman there, and
That
she
means
was
that
a
means that means she met you.
which she did. She was a white woman, and so I said to my friend, I said, "Is that a white lady or just a light-skinned black lady?" She says, "No, she's white." And she was arrested in Mississippi in 1961. She was on one of those bus rides, Freedom Riders, and she was
Yes.
jailed for 2 months. So I didn't get a chance to really speak to her, but I was sitting eating my lunch and she came over to me and she says, "Oh, I really like your hair." So that's how we started talking. So I met her yesterday. That was interesting. So I said I was going to email her and invite her to lunch. I'd really like to hear her story. What started her in 1961 to be a freedom rider?
How did you get on that topic?
Mhm.
How did you get on that topic?
Because my friend told me that I asked my friend whether that lady was white or whether she was a light-skinned black person. So my friend said no, she was white, and then told me the story of her being a freedom rider in 1961. Then she went to Tougaloo College, and that's where she became a Delta.
Oh, so it was a Delta organization function.
Yeah, yes, a Delta function yesterday.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. So that was something interesting that happened this week.
Hello, all.
Hi,
Hello.
Teresa.
How are you?
Your books are going into the mail tomorrow.
Ooh, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Oh, Jerry
That's
Jr.
Jerry Moss, the second.
Yes, Jerry Jr.
Jerry Jr. Hello,
Yeah, the
Jerry. He
senior
doesn't
in
have
that.
his audio on.
He's getting it all together.
Okay.
Uh,
How's
how
it
is your?
going, Terry?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Just we're having a little overcast weather, so I have an opportunity to stay in and clean and organize, doing
Okay.
doing some honeydews and also doing things for myself.
Honeydew, yes.
Yeah,
Honeydew activities are very important.
And you've been on Jet Match, I see.
yes, I have. I looked at
Mm-hmm.
the meeting that you and I we had like in February,
Okay.
and nice extensive positive building relationship uh, Zoom meeting, and that's one of the topics we had. And so I copied your number, Jet Match number, and I compared it.
Yep.
And as you said, there's another person besides Raquel, and Val.
Rachel Novelita. Yeah. Dancer. But I don't know her, but she's on my father's side. My father's paternal side. Yeah. And Valeda and Rachel are on my father's side too.
Well, that's part of this, connecting filling in the family portraits. You do it, one brush at a time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And cousin Juanita was telling me how she's sending out some greetings to people with
Oh
different
yeah,
kind of
yeah. They're
uh,
very good.
yeah. And
I look forward to them when I don't get them. I didn't get one the other day. At the time I expected, so I sent them, Juanita. I didn't get any
All
messages.
right.
are they a text or are they
It's
email?
email.
I don't do text.
No, they're email. I love them. You did the football game, which made me think about. We lived in a town called Piscataway, and we would go to the high school game on Saturdays. And before Thanksgiving, we'd have to get home, but we'd go to the game. Mom, can we go to the game? Well, go ahead, because she's cooking, and then we get
Yes.
back just in time for dinner. Oh yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, open the front door, you smell the turkey. Yes.
Well, my mom put the turkey. She cooked the turkey at night.
Yes.
So I kind of follow suit. I do the same exact thing. I cook it at night.
People do.
And just let it cook very low.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's good.
Yes.
It's just nice and tender and moist too. The turkey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one year I stuffed it with I put garlic in it.
Mm.
Yeah, because I inject mine. I inject it with whatever I can find. And it's so good.
Wow.
Mm. Well, I'm not ready for Thanksgiving yet.
Well, it's coming. You better get ready. It'll be here before you know it.
Nothing I could do about it.
It'll be here before you know it.
I was standing on my deck today and I was saying, in a month's time, all these leaves are going to be down.
Yep.
All of them.
And somebody's going to have to rake them.
Well, we have a company that comes and does it.
Yeah.
And I talked about burning leaves in one of my blogs about how we used to have to burn the leaves. Everybody had to rake their leaves out to the sidewalk, to the street, past the sidewalk, and burn them. And one little boy got his pants caught on fire, and he was burned badly and was crippled for all of the rest of his life. I may still even be living because he was younger than I was.
Quite a story.
Yeah, Billy Brown, that was his name.
Nostalgic stories.
1 minute, please.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been corresponding with an Italian girl that I knew many, many years ago, and I'm sharing stories of the neighborhood with her because she's 10 years younger than I, so I know things that she doesn't know. But it started because of a Washington Post article that asked you, do you rinse your pasta or not rinse your pasta? So that started the conversation. So I wrote to her and asked her, did she rinse her pasta? Oh, she said, no, she cooks her pasta in the sauce like her mother did. And then I'm trying to think, maybe her mother was from Italy and she might have made her pasta from scratch. She certainly wasn't going to rinse that. And then when companies started making it, maybe that's why other people decided they were going to rinse all that scummy starch off the pasta. But according to the Washington Post, that scummy starch holds the sauce. So there you are. Hey, who's that cutie pie? Hi.
This is my great-granddaughter.
Great-granddaughter. Oh my goodness. Hi.
Hey.
And what's your name, great-granddaughter?
Alea.
Korean Moss. Say hello.
What's her name? Alea?
No, Alea. Say it louder.
Alea.
Alea.
Alea. Hi,
Alea. Yeah.
Alea.
Her nickname is Sunshine, because she brought sunshine in our lives.
Oh.
About 5 years ago.
She's 5 years old? Are you 5? Are you 5 years old? Yes. Wonderful. You're beautiful.
So she's been. Today we went to church school. At church they have I go to the service and then they have a school for the kids. So they to get attendance of, so the kids have a place to go for a few hours while we're in the service.
Yes, we do too. Mhm.
That's pretty good.
Yes. We have them for kids all the way up through high school. We have a separate church school for them. They learn how to do everything that we do in the regular service.
Nice.
Hmm.
Got your eyebrows done, Juanita?
Yeah, I got a little eyebrows on. I got a little makeup on, you know.
The lipstick.
And my lipstick.
Always a red lipstick, yeah.
Red nail polish from Delta's yesterday. So,
Okay.
Oh boy, see, got a nail polish.
see,
Pretty
nail
good.
polish.
Okay, baby, you got to head on back. Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Who else
Bye.
is joining, Jerry?
Bye.
Pardon me.
Tommy? Is Tommy getting on today?
Going up there. I don't know, but like it was real interesting that when he participated last week, we had been
I
doing
missed that one.
some research, and he showed up, and we started asking different questions, and he shared a lot of his family history.
A lot of
was
his family history or y'all family history?
well, his and ours, because he matches Val and her nieces.
He
Tommy
doesn't match
does.
you?
Not as on Jed match we have shared matches, but not like Val and Rochelle. Yeah,
Okay.
and so that's how I said, well, let's talk about it and see. Here's somebody that we that we have common ancestors. And so let's talk to him because he has records. So he's like the stoners that you all have done your research with.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. That the information that you got from the stoners, and that's what Tommy's been able to give us information about his family and their migration patterns and where they, where they lived. So we have a possible connection on
You said Jed match, but not on Ancestry?
Tommy's matches Val and Rochelle on Ancestry. They're real
And you
close.
only match them on Jed match, or you just shared matches with them on Jed match?
I can't be real specific now on that, but I can tell you I'm in a crossfire. Bought her home, and my wife just
Yes.
unexpectedly, and boom, boom, and so I got to take her, keep her with me. And
Yes. It's
during
okay.
the torpedoes, in order to be on time, come on. And my pastor, he got one of those Baptist preachers who hoops and hollers, and
Oh.
so it was. And then I got 2:00. It's all good, I like to keep my life and my schedule moving.
Yes.
Sometimes it gets me in a few confrontations, but oh well.
Well, I'm an on-time person. I was here first tonight.
I was a little late. I had to run 2 errands, but I made it. I was back in the house on time.
But I had younger friends who complained that I like to be 15 minutes early. I said, yeah, I don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Time, you're late already. I don't want to miss anything.
Theresa, the information that I shared with you, that is that's informative, isn't it? For you to see that on a Jed match, who we have that are shared matches.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did. I helped David yesterday. His mother. Well, he finally uploaded his mother's DNA to Jed match the other day.
Which David?
David Burnett, who's on on the other call, the
Oh,
Stoner Tough call.
oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, and his mother, there's two people above one person. And I said, well, do you know who that person is? He said, no. I said, you better find out. She's really high. Susie Snowflake. So
Matches
gonna,
per,
I
per,
showed it.
per DNA, she matches high. Central Morgan's.
180. Yeah. So I said, well, you need to add her to your mother's tree as a DNA match. He said, what do you mean add her to the tree? I said, well, you have to add her to the tree as a DNA match. So you know how to do it. He said, no. So we did it yesterday. And he started, I said, you need to start working it backwards until you meet that common ancestor. So we'll see.
Well, one thing that, one thought that came to my attention when I was talking with Tommy was when you were talking with David and the Stoners, they have this property where their ancestors are buried at, and
yeah,
and they didn't, and there wasn't access. The landowner didn't allow access to that gravesite area. That got my attention some, and
they're still going through that, which I don't understand. That he's a relative. The person is a relative.
David?
No, the person who where the cemetery is on his property.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
So basically, Juanita, I didn't want to spend a lot of time interacting with some of the more challenging matches, if you understand what I mean, because I glean more information from us, quote unquote. But what I find is,
yeah, but you need information from all.
I know that. That's what I'm realizing, and so that's why I'm building more of that relationship and sharing information with our trees and seeing how we are related.
Well, it's important because most of them do not, and I know who you're talking about when you say us. A lot of them, other people, do not like to share information, or when you contact them, they don't want to be bothered. So it is fortunate that you have a person that does want to be bothered, and you welcome him with open arms, because you never know what information he can share with you. Like on the other side that we're dealing with, the Cuff and Stoner, oh, that's tough. I mean, David built a Facebook page, and there's like, hi Gracie, there's almost 200 people in there. But I mean, as soon as you say, let's connect, let's do this, let's do that, they all shut down. You can post something, 95 people looked at it, 2 people commented. Are you kidding me? That's a problem for me. I said, see something, say something. That's what I say.
Well, that's one of the reasons why, like I said, I don't actively pursue that information, but we have built a positive relationship with Tommy, and he's an awesome man, and he shared a lot with us. So when you, like you said, when you can build a relationship with them, build it, and if not,
absolutely,
yeah.
And most of it is not. Most of it is not. Most is not. I mean, when I first met them, I met one lady, asked her a question, didn't respond. Then I met David. David stayed on with me for hours and looked up stuff. But he was like, as you noticed, you might have noticed when talking to Marianne that they're not really receptive to people outside of this area. I said, well, that doesn't change my DNA. I don't live there. I never lived there. I don't have the last name, but I'm still, that's my grandfather.
And then
So it's like I talked to him the one time, and then I was done for months. But then I met another cousin who had the Cuff name. I said, I want you to talk to him. And when she reached out to him, boy, he couldn't stop talking to her back and forth, back and forth. She said, he's asking me questions and I don't know the answers. I said, just let me know what he's asking and I'll answer the question. I mean, that's how we got him on the call, because I'd asked him, you want to join the call? And he wouldn't join the call, but he saw that Cuff name and that, and that was, he felt more comfortable, but she didn't grow up in Mercersburg. She grew up in Carlisle. So
Which is
now
not too far away.
Say it again?
It's not too far away.
I don't think so.
No.
But then also he built another profile now, so his name is Davy Cuff Burnett. And now all of these people are reaching out to me just because I changed my name. Now you know how I feel. But I'm not going to change my name. I am who I am. But yeah.
So Gracie, how you doing, Gracie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
All shiny and stuff and all
of you.
exciting.
Huh?
Good.
Theresa?
How are you? I say you look all luxurious and stuff. What are you calling?
You know what I've been doing? I've been on the FaceTime with one of my cousins I met on Ancestry. And so we've been doing Ancestry.
Michael?
No, Kevin.
Kevin?
Boone. Kevin Boone. Remember he came on one time?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Oh, well, that's good.
And I said, well, you know what? I got a meeting with Jerry and I got to go on that meeting. So I have to call you another day. So, yeah. So he just reached out to someone, but I wrote the name down, but it's such a funny name. And I was like, I really like to know who that person is.
Is it a DNA match?
Yeah, to me and him. Yeah. But me mostly on the dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said that's a real funny name because it's Bonfigilo. That's the last name.
Wait a minute. See that? I gotta write that down. Say it again.
It went on Facebook. She was on Facebook.
Spell the name again?
Bon, if I wrote it right, Bonfigilo. First name Carly, Carle.
Bonfiglia? Bonfiglet?
Something like that.
Figaloo?
So 20.
Bonfigaloo.
She's
Or
20 cent. What y'all call it? Centimorgans? Centimorgans? Yeah, she's 20.1% shared DNA.
And does she have a tree?
I don't know. I put it on Facebook. I want to see if she gonna respond on Facebook. I don't know.
Still check and see if she has a tree.
I didn't do that part yet.
Gotcha.
Nope. I got other stuff too. I'm trying.
You got other stuff to do.
I said I got other stuff too that I was trying to look up. Yeah. Because my cousin Jerry be like, you gotta learn how to do this stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm trying. It's
Everybody
more.
else has learned it. It's called trial and error. I learned it myself. I didn't know how to do it. I just started it, play with it, and I attend different classes. There's all types of free classes you can attend.
Classes. I didn't know anything about any classes.
What happened?
I didn't know anything about you can join classes.
Oh, absolutely. They got an Ancestry for Beginners. They got DNA Painter. They got Family Tree Maker. There's a whole bunch of classes out there.
Oh, I need some of that.
Well, in Florida, did you hear, since you live in Florida, did you hear about the church that's teaching Black history?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All of our churches should be doing. Well, that's what churches were doing 100 years ago.
Absolutely. Taking it back to the ancestor days.
The church, in the church. Yeah.
Okay. You know what part of Florida?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. It might be Tallahassee. I'm not sure, but the website is faithinflorida.com.
Okay.
And I mean, I printed it out because that's what it looks like. when you go on. Gracie.
Mm-hmm. There was a time when we wanted Black history programs in our church, and the pastors would say that we only teach religion in our churches. But about 20 years ago, we had a pastor in my church in New Jersey that allowed my friend and I to have a program called Footsteps to Freedom for our young people. And they took different roles like Harriet Tubman. I learned so much stuff that I didn't know about. Growing up in Pennsylvania in an all-white environment, the only two Black people I knew about when I graduated from high school were George Washington Carver and Mary McLeod Bethune. I'd never heard of Du Bois. I'd never heard of Booker T. Washington. Where was I going to learn this stuff?
Look at you. I learned Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks.
That's the two I learned.
Right. So we need our churches to come forth and teach Black history. Yes.
Yes.
I would love to be there. I mean, they got a stack and books and links to documentaries and letters and the amendment. Everything is there.
Yes.
And it's by category. It could be slavery. It could be Africa to America. It's lynching. Talk about the lynching, the slavery. Links to everything. Different documentaries that I guess you can access for free if they're providing the link. You should be able to access them for free.
Oh, okay.
13th by Ava DuVernay is a very, very good documentary.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Gracie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You've progressed a lot since you started.
Not a lot. Not like I would like to, because
It all takes time.
3 days out of the week I'm not able to. And
Well, I'm just saying,
but I'm trying.
Since we've talked to you, you have.
Yes.
You've done a great job, and we're proud of you.
Thank you.
It's always good to see
You're
you.
doing good.
Yeah.
Gotta keep clicking those lovely green leaves.
Yes. And back to Theresa, I have to go back in and redo my tree.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Yes,
Why do you have to?
Because the names are wrong.
No, you can change the names. You don't have to redo the tree.
Okay.
Theresa will help
trying to get them to teach and start a class at work. Please, let's get started.
What
Juanita?
word?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Juanita?
Yes.
All those pictures, you have some heirloom pictures. How do you propose to, save those and share them?
Well, how do you know that I have them if I haven't shared them already?
Because I've seen them. I've seen them.
Okay, so
I've seen them.
So if you've seen them, then you know how she did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just send them whatever by email. They're on my computer. Hopefully the computer doesn't crash, but they're on my computer. And I have the originals. I have like 25 albums of pictures. Oh, so many pictures. And I just sent, what's his name? David Burnett, all the originals of Reverend Charles Edward Cuff, all the original pictures and documents that I have. Why are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head, Theresa?
Oh.
See, I
have copies of them, but why do I want the originals?
I would have liked the original. Some, one, two.
Well, which one would you like? I haven't sent his box off yet.
Some of Reverend Cuff.
Yeah, I'm saying I got lots of pictures.
And books. Yeah, put some in my box. Put some in his box.
Well, your box is already packed. But I haven't sent his yet. So I have pictures of Reverend Cuff preaching. I have his documents about his being an AME minister.
Yeah, I'd like some of that.
Obituary. All right, I'll copy some more stuff and send to you. Anybody else want any of that stuff? Well, I'm sending.
It looks like I opened up a can of, you know what?
No, you didn't open up anything. I sent that in the email. Said I'm packing up the box. I'm sending David. Hey, don't forget about me.
Yeah.
Because David's a descendant of the Cuffs, as I am. We all are. My grandfather was Cuff. We have to share.
Well, I have lots of pictures that I've already shared, but these are other additional.
Well, I'd like some of the additional. He doesn't know what he's getting.
Do you have the original pictures?
I don't have anything.
Well, I'll send you the original pictures that I had to have put them together for somebody, or they wouldn't be on my computer.
I think you shared some in the beginning with Maureen. You had me send them to Maureen when we first met Maureen, I believe. We sent her something. I don't remember what it was, though.
Well, I'll send you what I have so you see what he looked like.
I'm talking about picture, not a copy. I want a picture.
You want the originals?
Some. I don't need all. Some. A couple. Yeah, I know you said you had some signed books. Yep, 1 or 2.
Oh, what?
One is fine. I already talked. We talked. David done talk. David don't keep nothing. Trust me, I know about the box. He done told and you done told, so I know it's coming, and I'm interjecting because I want something out the box. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. He said, Juanita said she's gonna send me some stuff. I said,
He said he's going to put it with his other Cuff historical.
Yeah, he has a cookbook I'm trying to get. He won't give it to me.
Well, Gracie, what's happening here? Juanita,
Jerry, you don't like our conversation?
I'm lost. I'm totally lost.
Here's what I'm telling you. Juanita is the matriarch of the family.
Okay.
And she has a lot of records and history. And what's happening, we've gotten glimpses of it, and we've gotten, some substantial pictures. And it's really helped us with our foundation. You have to have a solid foundation to build a house.
Right.
And she shared with us, and that's what's really helped us when we've made different presentations. We had a virtual family reunion, and a lot of her documents really helped us visual. We had a slideshow, and we used her photos.
Okay.
Yeah, I share the pictures. Trying to get more people to share stuff. The Black history is missing and thrown away, and it makes it harder for us to do research when people throw it away. It could be an older person who's passed away. They have all of this stuff. People come and they ask for the stuff, and they won't give it to them. Oh, no, I want it, and then it ends up in the garbage, and then you can't recover it out of the garbage.
Well, that's why I don't want my stuff to go into the garbage.
Exactly. So there was a woman I met. She was 92, and I overheard her talking about just Black history in general. And I said, what are you talking about? So I glided over to that table because I wanted to know. So there were 2 women actually talking. They both lived in the area where I grew up, and they both promised to give me the papers. So I was excited. So the one never gave me the papers. She said, oh, I'm getting it together. I said, take your time and call me when it's ready. I'll pick it up. You can put it out on the step. I'll come and get it. And she never did. So the other lady said, oh, did Helen give you the stuff yet? And I said, no. She said, she's not going to give you anything. I said, oh, why did you say anything before? So this woman actually packed up stuff and gave me her stuff. So I would meet with her every weekend, and she'd give me a little bag. And the first time I was so excited, and she said, oh, let's go over it. I said, no, we don't have to go over it. I'll go over it when I get home. So then when I got home and thought about it, being she's 92, I said, next time I'm going to let her just go over it and tell me what it's all about. She said, well, here's your packet. I said, well, let's go over it, because I see that she wanted to go over it. So I got a couple bags from her, but then she passed away.
Well, we do it 92.
I'm just saying. She went
We
into the house.
will. We will.
No, before they sold her house,
Mhm.
somebody from the women's auxiliary, because she was the women's auxiliary part of the firehouse, the fire chief, somebody from the church, they asked these grandkids, can they get the information? They told them no. All the documents are in the garbage. Only one person had the stuff, and it was her. No copies. She had everything. That's bad. That's bad.
What's happening here? Have you noticed that some of our descendants, our offspring, our kids, they're not as interested as we are.
That's correct.
And we're sitting here, we've done all the research, we have a wealth of information, but at some time somebody's going to want it or
But you have to pass it to the person that wants it. That's all. Put it in a library, put it in the church, put it in a museum. Somebody wants it. It's there for somebody because somebody's going to be looking for it.
I want to share something with you on my screen. I'm going to share a screen with you. Can you all see this?
All of your files, yeah.
Yeah, the Explorer. All these documents, these Explorer documents.
Yep.
I see X. Yes, X.
That's Excel file.
Yeah. So what I do is as I'm conducting my research, I take shots of it, but I use snips.
Oh, I like Snippet.
Yeah, I use that snip, and like here's an example. I'm opening this one up, and I hope that it show. And if not, I have to just redirect it. Yeah. Now, can you see this one, the barbecue one?
Yes.
Moss Kitchen, yeah.
Right there.
Osmos. Ha 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 ha.
Let me open it up. Can you see it better now?
Yep.
Okay. But see, that's what's on a project that I was last on. We had.
You said that's your son?
This is my grandson, right in the middle. Can you see it at large now?
Yeah. I'm just asking who's in the picture.
Yeah. Okay. There I am. This is my daughter Bridget, and this is my grandson Delon. And this is his business, Boss Moss Kitchen. And here's a master chef named Smoking Joe. That's his grill. Look at you see that grill over there? That big grill.
Nice one.
And this is his partner. And this is my son Donnell, my older son. So and you see Jerry when he's on the meetings, but this is Donnell. He's 2 years older than Jerry. And that's my daughter Bridget. And there I am with them. And we're building this major building, and they hired Delon to do the catering for all these construction workers. And this is our team that we put together to actually do it.
What did you cook?
Go ahead. What's your question?
What did you cook? What did you cook
there was a variety of barbecues, a variety of barbecues from ribs to what's the main one?
Chicken, ribs,
chicken.
Brisket.
Yeah, the brisket was the big hit, because there's Smoking Joe, and look at this big grill over here, and it was a big hit
in San Diego.
In San Diego, yes. Now let me just see if I can do this. Can you see this about Patricia McCollum? Did it switch to her?
Yes.
That's good. So this is an example. I do my records and I do a snip of it. Can you see the census? This is James Monroe right here. No,
yeah.
Yes,
No,
James Monroe.
no, that's not James Monroe. This is another one. It might be.
James Moss, it says. Jethro Carter
James.
and
Oh, yeah,
William Carson.
he was.
Yeah, was Monroe, was his middle name.
Oh, yeah, and that's it. This is him.
Yes, I see Bessie's name on there somewhere. No, I don't see it. No, I don't see it.
Well,
Yeah, Bessie, I do see Bessie.
Bessie Richer up top, though.
Mother, wife, I can't see that. Bessie, daughter.
That's a different
well,
household.
Yeah, that's a different family. Yeah.
anyway, this is him. And
Where's
so
that?
I do it like this. You see more here? This is
Yeah.
in
Okay.
the 1920 census. He was James Monroe Moss. He was the head, and he was 47 years old. And then they had boarders. These people were boarders in the place that he rented right over here. These two people.
Oh, he was the head, and these were boarders.
Yeah, you see that
He
right
was living
there?
in Arkansas.
Yeah.
No, he was living in Minnesota.
Born in Arkansas, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. He was born in Arkansas, and his place of birth for his father was Arkansas. Well, is that for the no
This place of
for the
birth.
father is right here, and the one for the mother was the
The branch, but we are at the Black
I
History.
go back. But this is the 1920 census. And you remember I did that migration pattern when I showed the migration of the brothers, the Mosses, where they came from Arkansas to how he migrated. James Monroe, he migrated up to Minnesota, and so this is one of the records. But what I do is
Yeah.
this is an
That's
example.
interesting because he graduated from Howard, and somehow my mother-in-law was born, and he's out in Minnesota a few years later.
Right, he's out there in
He didn't stay
Minnesota.
long.
No, but see, that's an example. And so, what I wanted to share with you, I have all this information, and what I do is, while I'm recording, I snip it, and so I have these records. And now, when I want to go send information, like that article I sent to you, Theresa, last night, I snipped it from here, and then I sent it to you. So that's how I keep all my records, and so from these records, then I can either get a copy of them, or I compile them and I can put them in my media files. So it's not only here. That's what I'm telling you. I can take all these records and put them in my media files on my tree, and then when you open up my tree, you can see these records that I've gotten.
Wow.
Jerry, do you have any oral history?
Did it stop? It's not sharing the screen now, is it?
No.
So the screen's not up, right?
No.
No.
Oh yeah. What's an example of moral oral history on which part? What part of the family?
Any part. I'm asking you, do you have any oral history, period? A voice, recording of somebody talking, anything.
Not recorded, but I do have not recorded, but like at my age, I was able to live with my three of my grandparents. I was able to see them they were in the same city, because one of them had passed away. So I did have a Black nuclear family. So I've been able to see my great grandmother and get her stories and go visit where she's from. So I've had that interest as coming up about my family history. I would talk to them to get the family history. And that's why I'm able to share it and put it in a context that we all can understand our family tree clear. So that's an example of that. I did want to show you. Did you all? I went back home and this year, and we made a tree. I mean, we made a poster for trees. And let me see. I want to share this with you. Oh, here's something. Let me show you this. These are my siblings.
Oh, wow.
My sister Juanita over on the left, and these were in July, at the end of July. That's my sister Juanita. She's the oldest, and there's my brother Steve. She lives in Omaha, Nebraska, Juanita. And Stevie lives in Alaska. That's my brother Steve. He's 11 months older than me.
Wow.
And then there I am. And then next to me is my brother Marvin. He lives in Topeka, Kansas. He's 11 months younger than me. And then from him, there's my brother Dale. That's Dale Moss Sr. And his son is the one that was the bachelor. His son, Dale Moss, the bachelor. That's his father. And this is my brother Kirby. He's the youngest, and he got a doctorate degree from University of Texas in anthropology. And he's a professor now. He was at North Carolina, University of North Carolina professor, then University of Denver, and now he's up at Humboldt College. He's one of the administrators at Humboldt College.
Humboldt
in
Where
California.
is it? California.
Yeah, Humboldt. Yeah.
Humboldt.
Those are my siblings.
Good looking family. Beautiful smiles.
Hi, Diane.
Hello. I see a Moss name, everybody. Hi, Juanita.
Hi, Diane. Great. Who am I speaking to? Where are you?
Right, Diane, right here.
Diane. Okay, I don't see
Yeah.
your name. Okay, Diane.
Yes, my grandmother was a Moss
Oh,
in Arkansas.
well,
Mary.
that's then you're Jerry's cousin.
Yeah, I got matches with him.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
I want to share this with you. Let me say, okay.
Oh.
So this is Sunshine. You just saw her.
Yes.
And this is my father, Kenneth Moss, and my mother, Lois. Gilden was a maiden name, and Moss, Neely. And then her father, this is her line that goes up like that on her father's side, and then there's on her mother's side that goes up like that.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
And Daddy's, here's his over here, and his tree goes up on my grandmother's side over on this side.
Oh, nice.
And on my father's side, up on this side. You hear me always talk about City and Robert.
Yeah.
And so this is my grandson, Delon, and that's my wife, Barbara, for 50 years. And so we made this banner, as you can see, and we had it at one of the presentations, and the family members would come and and take pictures.
Oh.
See,
Well.
can you see Bridget now?
Mm-hmm.
There she is over there. Yeah, Bridget. This is Bridget, my daughter Bridget, and this is her son. That's my grandson, Delon.
Yeah.
He's 30, and this is her granddaughter, Sunshine. So that's my family. So when the family members would come at this here venue, they'd stand by the tree and take pictures.
Oh.
And so, and this is one of my DNA cousins, Darlene, that I met on DNA, and she lives in Omaha. So, you know, when you have matches, some of them live in different places. And so when I go home, she comes to the different events that we have. So that's Darlene. And she's on my father's mother's side. So that's just an example of following up from,
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
you know, my auntie and cousins. But I wanted to show you that, you know, that tree. I mean, the tree that we put together. And it comes from the research. And then from the research, I was able to put it in a format that we can, you know, make a sign, and it helped with when it came time to all these young family members, they were able to see our generation, and they were able to see their ancestors.
So when are you having a big reunion in San Diego?
I haven't. We have to pray about that. Yeah, we really do. We got to pray about that.
I love San Diego.
Yeah, we have to pray about that. But I did want to. If I have, it's not here. I had one with with all the family. They were all together. That's Dino. That's her daughter.
Yep, that's him.
That's Dino. That's pretty much what I just wanted to share some of them. And Diane, we were talking about how do we share our pictures, our records with family members, and also how much of the information do we put in the media on our trees?
I put everything from the past there because you never know when you're gonna capture it again. But I like to put enough out there, like the pictures that you send me, like ones that will be kind of like a unique, like full or headshot or enough so that people can see who the actual family member is.
So they can actually see what?
See who the family member is or relate you to your picture. I saw the picture of a Moss last night, a very handsome guy. I don't remember which one it was, but I'm able, when I go back to go through the tree, I'm able to see them there. Yeah.
That's good. And Gracie, that's an example of we gather so much information, and then when we talk to each other, like if I pulled up my tree, for example, and Diane would see these leaves that are on there, these hints, she would like give me some encouragement. Jerry, what are you having all those leaves on there? You need to get those leaves because that's going to help you with your tree. And just like I give you a bit of encouragement, you know, we encourage each other. And
Okay.
that comes from wisdom. Wisdom is acquired through time. It's not just something that you
Pop up right there.
yeah,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
And connecting your matches to your tree makes life a whole lot easier too, because then that helps lead to other matches.
Okay.
What Diane, do you have an example of that you could show us,
Yeah.
please?
Hold
Because
on
I
a
hear
second.
I hear you say that, and how do you connect your matches to your tree?
Hold on just 1 second. I need to pull up my full thing because I was getting ready to work on it right now. Let's see. Okay, so there's the full. I'll be back with you in just a second. Let me pull it,
Okay, do that.
fix it first.
Do you do that, Theresa?
Absolutely.
You gotta do it.
You don't
Okay,
do
now
it,
I'm ready to pull it up.
Jerry?
Okay, share.
And he's gone.
Let me just pull it.
I guess that means
Here we go.
you don't do it, Jerry.
Jerry, you gotta do it.
I'm
Gee.
surprised.
Okay, so now we're looking at mine, right? My tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you see Maxine and Eddie Joe, they're brother and sister. But what I'm getting ready to do is pull down my results.
They put both names on there?
That's matching them. And it kind of got stuck there, and I don't know why I've been trying to get that off.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
but do you see this little green, white and this green circle?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch here. View in tree. And that takes you to my Aunt Maisie right here.
Right.
Okay, so let me go back out. I'm not gonna do any more of the close ones. I'm gonna do one that's farther away. Something that I have discovered. Let's see. Okay, right here, Case Peterson. Who is Case Peterson? I don't know her. I thought it was a him at first. But after I did my research and I talked to my niece, this is one of my, okay, she's right here. Anthony Nelson is my first cousin's son, Ray Wallace Nelson. And she has dignitaries on the other side here. Malin Martin, he was the mayor of Little Rock, and they have a street named after him there now. And he married one of the piggies. And then go up here is Uncle Ben, and that is my father's brother. So that's my uncle. That is his son. This is his grandson. And Case is his granddaughter, great granddaughter.
How did you connect it to the tree?
Oh, okay. I will unconnect and show you. Okay, so let me try to pull this thing out the way. Okay, so now. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the unconnect. Maybe I have to do it there. Let's see. You and tree. No, that's taking me straight there. But I'm going to do another one and show you what I'm talking about. See if I can get another one.
Somebody who's not.
Hey, most of mine are probably connected, but I'll see if there's one that I would like to connect. Let me find one that I need.
Okay.
Okay, I see one right here. Cecil Parker.
He's connected.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay. Get back out of there. Where the heck did I go? Oh, okay. So they're right back there. So anyway, let me pull that tree back down again. That is my main tree. The other trees are mostly searching trees. Okay, so I'm going to go to my matches.
Searching trees.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, DeQuan Alexander, I don't know who he is, but that's a private one, so I won't try that. Okay, Last Jesse is related to my family, and I didn't realize that I had put a Last Jesse in there because I'm trying to figure out figure that one out. So let me go to, come on now.
That's somebody who don't have this tree on it, right? They don't have this tree on it.
Yeah, true. Okay, but anyway, see, I see how many of them I have, Matt. When you see that green thing, so that means I have probably several hundred at least that are connected. Okay, so now Live Square is also a Moss. I've attached that, but it took me a lot of work to find that because I was starting out with somebody named Melvin Freeman, and I was able to trace that all the way back up to Larry married a Moss. Come on now, let me, yeah, I'm doing pretty good working these. And this person doesn't have a tree. Okay, so Phyllis D. Lee. Now, I can't connect her because I don't have enough information. She's on my mother's side and helped me to realize that my mother's father is not her father. So this is a branch of family
What?
that
Is that what did it?
Well, I went by the
You talking
closest
about
of matches, and she's on my mother's side. Okay, and so this is, and so I put here my mother's dad's side, definitely not my mother's side, because that one is completely worked out. That's my Robinson Tate branch of the family. But Murdoch, I found out, I looked at a census and saw that a Murdoch was on my mother's side, and I have some Murdoch matches.
Where are the Murdochs from?
Well, from the census, one was in the Arkansas and lived down the street from where my grandmother lived. Let me go back up here. Okay. So I am going to put in Murdoch. And I'm going to put over here Arkansas. Probably they're not showing for Arkansas, but we'll see. Okay, Ebony Murdoch. I put in a call to her, and see all those Murdochs there?
Yes.
So they're not related to any other branch of my family. So it has to be from my mother's side because some of them are actually pretty close. And if I take Arkansas off, Lennon is what the other names that come up. And what lemons have to do with it is, I'm going to show you this.
No, I have lemons.
You see lemons?
I have lemons in my tree.
Oh.
You can change the name.
But Lennon.
Oh, Lennon. I thought you said lemon.
No, yeah, I'm looking for Lennon. Now, through my research, I found out that these two ladies are sisters. I'll get off of there. And look down here. See what I mean?
Mm.
So there's her Lennon side up there, and her mother's side is Murdoch. And so I put her on my tree. And so what I'm going to do is be following that Murdoch line to see if I'm going to be able to get close. So far, I'm at Andrew Murdoch. Now, those names there, I got to be careful when I check those, but I got to figure out how to get whoever connected to my mother's Murdoch family. So yeah, that's how you do it. And
Okay.
So I'm going to unshare.
Oh no, stay there for a minute.
Okay.
Go over there to your tree again. Pick your tree.
Okay.
Over here. I want to show us the fan. These three dots. The fan.
I see what you mean when you're getting ready to go in.
Pick over here. Pick over
under
here.
the view.
Under view?
Yeah,
No.
where the two go to the left hand side. Up.
Over here?
Come down again. Come down one more.
Up.
Up or down?
I go up.
Gallery? Oh, what about here?
Yeah, it's right there. Fan is the
fan. Okay.
Double click on that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
As long as you have some information to go on that, then you're good. So I know this whole fan thing right here, and those parts that are dark gray, I don't know who those family members are. And
Okay,
actually,
go ahead.
I don't want to know all of them, because if they are not related, you know, if they're the in-laws family, then the tree gets too bogged down.
Okay, right click on one of them.
Wait a minute.
Any one of them, just right click on it.
Okay, right
Not
here.
not that one. Right click
Okay.
on one of them. Right click on one of them right here. Right click on that.
This one?
Yeah, right click. Look at all those things that are available to you. You can search. You can go view them in the tree. You can go to different locations.
Yeah, it's good if they have it all right here on your fingertip, because usually you got to go around to the different
Yeah.
areas of the page to get it.
I'm just showing, and it's a beta program. That's why I call beta. They're using it as a.
They're
starting
testing
off
it to
with
see if it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if people don't like it, and they usually give that to their best users, the ones that use it all the time. So then we test it out for them.
I use all those betas, and then I end up having them, and they help me.
Yeah.
So thanks, Diane. But did you, Theresa? Theresa, we have a new person on here. But Theresa,
Yes.
could you please show us how to connect a person to your tree?
Sure.
Let me get off here. Unshare. Stop sharing. There you go.
We have two new participants. RaShaan Reed.
Yes, how you
Hey,
doing?
how you doing?
Hello.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, glad to be on.
Hi.
Yeah, we're just doing some exercises, some tools on research right now.
On genealogy, do you know how to research about the Indian ancestry? So like how Martin Luther King, the Civil Rights Act of 1968 was reminding everyone, and we a lot of us over here that was born over here are Indians instead of African Americans, but we are the American Indians.
Well, when you do your DNA test, the ethnic breakdown will show you the different percentages, because most of us are not one thing. We're multiple things, include a lot of Europeans.
Okay, right. So then if they do a research and show that let's say in a slave, when my slave master might have made it with one of my ancestors, can I get some of that slave master's inheritances? That's one of my great grandfathers or something like that. Then I want some of that inheritance on my European side. Then
You want to start a fight with that, and then too, they may want some of your money. Because when the slaves were freed, a whole lot of them went bankrupt and broke.
Right, but a lot of them didn't. So I want some of my slave master granddaddy's money.
Maybe you go back to Georgetown. Maybe you're one of the Georgetown descendants.
And that's what we're working on with the California Reparations Task Force out here in California too. Where do you live, RaShaan?
I'm in Sacramento, California.
Oh, good. Well, you've heard about the California Reparations Task Force, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they've been there. They've had a couple of meetings in Sacramento.
Yes, sir. We are really helping and campaigning and fueling. I'm helping Dr. Truthbey with her campaign, and with it. So that's where we after that. That's what made me wanted to come on in, because you was talking my language when you was talking genealogy, because I was recently on ancestry.com and has been digging, and I've been seeing how it showed that one of the slave masters sold my grandmother and her husband, but he was married to my grandmother, to one of my great too, and it was weird. I'm like, whoa. So you get to learning and digging and stuff, and you get to finding out you related to you got some white blood into you, so you can't really start always get to talking. I hate this, that. You don't know who or bloodline you got in you.
And it was very common for them to break families up like that. And so there's no surprise that any of them did. And that's why DeSantis and the rest of them don't want you to learn about the history, because they don't want their kids to know what they did.
Right. My grandmother was born, I think, 1936. I think she around like 87, 88, right on. So what I love about her memory is still great. And I get to asking her stuff about ancestors and stuff like that. And she get to breaking down and telling me she remember who her great grandmother was. So one of I think her father's mother, well, my great grandfather, whatever. She was Indian, full Indian. Then she was saying on her mother's side, her mother's mother was half Geechee Indian and all. So it's like a lot of Indian in my bloodline. So one of the grandmothers was full Indian, and that's just on my dad's side. On my mom's side is Indian. So it's like it's a lot of what they call inheritance that I think is due to me, because besides the African ancestors that came over here and they was under slavery and didn't get their due, and that line of my family, my bloodline of the Indians that was here before any pilgrim or any other race hit the land, their inheritance getting took and getting forget them and getting gave to the ones the pilgrims raped, and then they had kids by and said, okay, since they're in my bloodline, we'll give it to them. But what about the ones that was originally here in America today? They just because they're so dark, they call them, I think they call them the tobacco Indians, that they had all the tobacco and they just took all their stuff,
For the land.
Yeah, the land. So like one of my aunts was breaking down my great grandfather, which is my grandmother's father. He had land that they was took from him, that it made chased him from Georgia, and like they kind of built a school on top of the land and a library or something, a courthouse. I'm like, man, they just took our land. So,
They're trying to do that in is that South Carolina, where that what is that? It's a lot of land that this black family owned it, and the state or somebody's trying to go in there and take that land away from them. It's been on the news in the last couple of weeks.
Which one are you talking about? In the Gullah Geechee?
Yeah, it's in the Gully, yeah, that area, I know.
That's Savannah.
Beach City, some kind of.
Oh, you're talking about Bruce's Beach.
It was a more common Hilton Beach or something like that. Maybe it's close to Bruce's Beach. I don't know.
Sounds like Bruce's Beach, where they actually got the land back and resold it back.
Yeah, that's out here. That's in Manhattan Beach. Hey, RaShaan, is this Truthbey? Is she on now?
Looks like it.
Yeah, she on her own.
Yes, she
her
is.
own
Hi,
line.
Dr. Moss.
How you
How
doing?
are you?
It's good.
Great. How are you?
I believe
It's
we
been a
met.
hot minute.
I believe we met during the Reparations Task Force
In San Diego.
in
Yes.
San Diego. It's good to see
Yes,
you.
and we owe you a video too, so don't think we forgot. It's been a while, but you have helped us tremendously with our Zoom and moving along what we need to know about finding our lineage and ancestry. So RaShaan has been looking deep into it, and I'm still grasping the fact of starting mine, because I have a lot of dark history. My family came on a good ship Desire in 1636, so there's a lot of skeletons in the Boston closet there that I need to find out. But I'm tracing my Desire family, and I actually want that documented. So it's pretty heavy, but just wanted to join you today because I got the link and I said, I haven't seen you in a minute and I'd love to reconnect and see how we can move forward, and helping the masses of Black families who haven't traced their lineage yet as part of a reparations reconciliation, so to speak. So even if we do got reparations, majority of the families haven't traced their lineage or haven't really got into finding who they really are. And so that's how I want to assist and help. And
That's one
I'm
of the
running
things.
for
That's one of the main tasks that we have. Everybody that you see on this at this meeting, we help each other build our family trees that were that we're reconstructing our family. It's a daily task, and from
Yeah.
reconstructing our families, then they came up with this reparations, and then so we have the information that our family is going to need, and when you learn, you teach, and so that's what we're doing.
Right.
We're teaching each other, we're sharing our information, and these individuals that you see are all across the country, and we come together on this format and share. That being said,
Yeah.
I just want to follow up with one thing with you. The current status of the Reparations Task Force is the final report is into the legislature, and the Black legislatures, uh, Bradford and the ones
And
that we
Joan
met,
Sawyer.
they are meeting with the Black Caucus, and the Black Caucus, they're getting together. They're working on formulating the California Americans Freedmen's Bureau. That's what they're working on, that portion of it first, because once they get that agency established, that's where all the applications, they're going to be the overseer of the program once it's implemented. I'm just giving you an
Right.
update from my standpoint. And you are up there in Sacramento. I know RaShaan, he is, and so
Yes, we're in Sacramento.
and the other thing about it, what you're doing, you're right. There's a lot of people here in California who's not even aware that the process is going, that it's happening. They don't have
Right.
any kind of records on their DNA. They don't know the rules about lineage and how to record the documents that it's going to take to qualify. And so,
Right. Exactly.
so we are in the educational state. And so I appreciate you participating, and however, I can be of a service to you at any of your meetings.
Yeah.
I'll gladly share what we know about the genealogy portion that we from our experiences.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a long rabbit hole. But we are supposed to be participating in the creation of the Freedmen's Bureau Agency as well. So I'm glad you brought up to speed the nature of what's happening with the task force. So we have put a lot of suggestions, and actually the Congressional Black Caucus as well. We're supposed to be participating in a lot of this, but what's happening is that a lot of us are not being notified of certain meetings until, the last minute or afterwards. And this
Is that
is,
from the Charles Communications?
yes.
They're not getting the information to you, the Charles Communications?
No, not at all, especially when it comes to the Congressional Black Caucus, because that was one of our main leads this week. We were supposed to get back the dates of actually when Bradford and Reginald Jones Sawyer was supposed to meet. But again, we got only little tidbits, and try to work with CJEC, Chris Larson, directly to get some information when we can. But again, the legislation is very important, which is what we're trying to teach the masses. And that what's actually led me to run for lieutenant governor for 2026. So I'm planning a major campaign come January, and run as a descendant of slave, as an independent party / Republican. And this is something that we don't have as of now, is an actual politician representing descendants of chattel slaves. So I'm looking forward for the campaign, and we're actually pushing other candidates for local governance, like Katrina Williams for LA County District 2. And then we have Chantel Herndon, that's Oakland City Council District 3. And then we have Dr. Flo Coffer, optional for the first Black female mayor of Sacramento. So we're really trying to merge policy in our youth. And that's a program where we're looking actively for investors to help us launch this political connection program for our youth. So
Okay,
I'm very
not to interrupt you, but like here's where we're at on it.
yeah.
We're focusing on the genealogy component,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Yes.
definitely will work with the political aspects, but we're focusing on helping people with the genealogy. Now,
Yes.
RaShaan, you asking a question? Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to know about how when did they change our classification from American Indian to Negro or black or African American or black, or because at one point we was classified as the American Indians because no disrespect to my ancestors as Africans, but I was born over here, my mother, father, a lot of people that was already my family, a lot of my ancestors was already over here as the American Indian already, though, before they added and took our whole label from us and called us an African American or black. So I'm saying they're doing that on purpose so we don't get our inheritance for our land. So they were saying you should sign up, or you like, because that's what I heard. The Civil Rights Act in 1968, when Martin Luther King was saying, "Oh, look, these black people that you're talking about, we're the American Indians," and he was fighting for our rights as the American Indians for our land that was getting freedom and stuff that's getting took from us in our own land. So
Thanks for that question, Juanita. Could you respond?
No, I can't respond to that.
Diane?
It's not that simple. It's not that simple. But you can have something told down through the years, and everyone thinks that's what it is. But then when you get your DNA results, things are different. The way to really tell what your ethnic mix is to get a DNA test, because they break it down by how much is European, and I'm sure you have some European in you. All if your parents or ancestors were slaves, I'm sure you have some European in you, and some African and some Native American. And a lot of people think that they have Native American, and it's actually European because they're going by the nice hair and the light skin. But when a black person has a child with a white person, there's a variety of ways that person can come out looking. So you got to have some evidence that you're Native American.
No, I see. I wasn't saying with Native Americans. The difference between a Native American and an American Indian. See, Indian is a different. American Indian is different than a Native American. American Indian is who we are. That's why we got no other classification. So they said just made up something. Start calling us. Yeah, look it up, because also who was responsible for calling us outside of that, calling us a Negro, Jesse Jackson, is when they came up with the term, started coming up with the term Negro. All of them start really pushing Negro back in the, when we was what they call the American Indian, not the Native American, the American Indian, because the Indian was used from the word indigo, meaning so black, blue, indigo people. So they call them stop calling them indigo people to Indians.
So you're talking about Indian now as opposed to Native American, because Native American is sometimes called American Indians, First Americans, or indigenous people. So the Native Americans are the indigenous people, the ones that were here before the white people came.
Right, what I'm saying is us, the American Indian, the black, we're not indigenous. We've been here since the beginning of time of this land. So we're not indigenous to this land. We're tied to this land. So this is, so what I'm saying, so they take your, so they fought, so what I'm trying to say, it's a distraction. Certain people fought in civil rights for the Indians or the American Indians, which are us, black people as well, not Native American, but American Indians rights. So a lot of our rights are due through the American Indian rights. So when they take your rights away from what they call a Negro or African American, they can justify it because we're under the rights of the American Indian. And that's what Martin Luther King was pushing at the Civil Rights Act 1968. Look it up. Civil Rights Act 1968. I'm seeing
something here now. American Indian versus Native American versus indigenous. So that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, like look, we got the Civil Rights Act 1968, where Martin Luther King was speaking on our rights as because the Indians or whatever the native, they know, but we're not native to this land. We've been here. We are the Indians. We've been here. And maybe an African ancestor might have come over and made it with one of our great, but we've been here, our bloodline. And so we're not indigenous. Indigenous kind of is not foreign to the land. We're not foreign to this land. We've been here. So they can't classify us as something else.
RaShaan, I just want to give you a little Mossology. What Mossology is like, you're using the term we. Okay, you focus on yourself. When you say we, you include a group of people. Now, we deal with the truth can't be hidden. That's one of the things that we talk about. And when Diane mentioned about the genealogy, that's what's going to separate us and gives us the facts in order to prove and verify who we are. Now it's not it's not no speculation. We know now through DNA.
Passed down through the family.
We know now, my brother, because at one time it was assumed. Now we have DNA and science. It's true. And what we're doing is stand within our lane and structuring our families based off of science and our DNA. And so, again, the politics, we sort of stray away from it because we focus on what connecting our family through DNA and verifying it. So when you use the word we, when you want to be persuasive, I think you need to be a little bit more, have it more in context. That's all I'm saying from my viewpoint.
Well, should I say colored people? So, but yeah. So, did you send? You since you had the
All
program.
colored.
So right. So since you had a program, how much is it for it? How much the DNA package, or what is it, like a ancestry? Like you submit your DNA and then put in your family lineage, and then you go from there. How you do that?
That's what you do.
You just give a sample.
Ancestry will divide your paternal and maternal, which is very good too. So I would recommend Ancestry rather than 23andMe.
But somebody give him an example of that. Share the screen.
I can share mine if you want, or somebody else share. That's okay.
I don't know how, so you go ahead.
All right, I'll share. You gotta share, Diane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, share screen. And I'm going here. And I'm going here. Okay. Lower. Okay, so. Okay, here I am. And I'll go to DNA results. You see that ethnic ethnicity estimate?
Right.
See that, RaShaan? You see that?
Yeah. So you got the package where you pay $40 a month and you pay for the DNA kit, or how you do that?
Just a minute. Watch this, and then we're going to answer your question. Just hold
okay. Now they're showing here that the father side and the mother side got it. So right here. Nigerian, 35%, Mali, 21%, Scotland, 12%, Cameroon, all those places, 11%, Senegal, 8%.
Can you see
what I mean? A Sweden, places like that. We have Wales, those are where Europeans.
Can you see that, RaShaan?
Absolutely do. How accurate is their testing? Is there
99.9%.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Diane, please stop sharing, Diane.
Okay, let me move this. So when you do that, then you'll have a basis to talk with people about what your background is.
I'm gonna show them. Here is the kit. You see that kit?
Yes, yes, sir.
That kit they're on sale sometimes, but they're $99 plus your tax and shipping. So no more than $110 or $115.
Get around a holiday and it's like 40%
Yeah,
off.
Yes,
yeah, right.
40% off. But
I paid 50 for mine.
and for Truthbey, when I gave my presentation in San Diego, I gave a couple of these kits away.
You gave me, I wanted one. You gave it to Reggie. You gave one. That was in San Diego.
Yeah,
But
I gave one to
I would
Reggie.
like one, please.
Well, we have to pray about that.
Can we get an indigenous or Native American
but
discount? I don't know what you're
but but that's an example, RaShaan. That's how we go. This is how we do it. We start with the basics. Thank you, Diane, for that presentation. And once you get that information, that's what they're using. That's this task force is using this kind of information in order to make their decisions. Now, for us, we regardless of your of some of these ethnicities, one of the criteria is to be able to document, find out what ancestor was enslaved before 1900. And so that's where your research comes in. That's where we're building trees and helping you. Once you start building your trees and have your DNA, RaShaan, the program starts giving you hints, and then we start building our tree from the hint. We talk to each other. We our DNAs match, and then I didn't know any of these people before I had my DNA kit. Now I have a DNA family, and now we work with each other. We help each other, and again, our motive is to share, and we do have a purpose, and be truthful as best as we can, because the truth can't be hidden. Not only are we finding about our history, we're finding out our personal family. We're finding brothers, sisters, fathers. We're doing things that's invaluable. They can't pay us enough through no dang reparations for what we've gathered as a family and as a group. What we do, how we interact with each other, it's invaluable. And we're all blessed. We're eagles. You see, I got a big eagle flying back there. We fly high. We fly high. Everybody you see here. So we're pretty tough at what we do.
And when you get your DNA results back and start seeing your matches, it will be pretty representative of what you're seeing in that ethnic breakdown, because you will have some white matches and could very possibly find out who enslaved your ancestors, or at least who their relatives were.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is like what they call an epiphany, because for the last dang near 14 days, I also had people mad at me because I've been into this ancestry like 10 hours a day on it, because it get to showing me this, and I get glued to it and get to showing me this grandmother, that cousin, and I'm in it. I look up, it's the whole day gone, 10 hours a day. I've been. I'm glad the subscription almost been up, because I ended it because it's about to charge me that $40. But yeah, if it wasn't for that, I'd have been in it 10 hours a day. But I'll get back on it now that you're saying all I got to do is accurate on that kit. So I'm gonna order that kit, and it can link up everything as well. So I appreciate
So
it.
let me ask you this. So you haven't taken the test, so you're not going by your matches. You're just putting it together based on, I guess, leaves or something that you're getting?
From my great-grandma, somebody, my grandmother telling me, and my aunt and them telling me, and I get
But
to
that could
put
be
in their
wrong.
name.
You know that?
Huh?
The information that you get from them could be wrong. And it's not that they intend for it to be wrong. It's just that that's what they know. Through my
No. Like, say, like, if I call my grandmother right now and she's 80 something, so she knew her father was, then she knew who his mother and father was, and she may have knew who them, like it stops at a certain point with her. So that's what I do. I mean, that's what I be trying to do. So whatever it stops at with her. Well, on that side, my father's side of the family is where I try to stop and start researching further off, is what I'm trying to say.
But
See,
what
now,
I'm trying to tell you is, you may think one person, that saying about mother's baby, daddy's maybe, that's true. I found out
Oh,
that
yeah.
my mother's father was not her father. My father is not my sister's father. I have about 20 cousins that I have found children for them. I'm managing like 30 kids. And sometimes they just didn't know, or they tried to keep it a secret. And back in the day, people thought if they just didn't talk about it, it would go away because they didn't expect DNA to come up.
Right,
So you're
right.
finding surprises left and right. And it's
Absolutely.
not meant to shame anybody or anything. It's just telling the truth.
And what's happened is, like Truthbey, I did get Reggie that kit, and I helped set him up, and we have his results. And I'm one of the managers of his kit, so he does have. I manage his kit.
So he wants to manage your kit if you do that test.
No, no, I'm just saying what I did then. I reached out, I gave it to him, and just like you hear this young man talking about the information. Now Reggie has a kit and he has his DNA, and now we can put together his family history. And I want to commend you, RaShaan, because you are already your family historian. You are already the man. You've already done the research. The next thing you need is the science.
right. But see, this is the cool part about it. A lot of my ancestors be talking to me from the other side. I don't want you to think I'm crazy, but yeah, but then my mother
Crazy?
came here.
Us think you crazy?
Yeah, but
Oh
I'm
no, man.
crazy, but I'm smart though. I'm crazy and smart then. So there's a
Oh,
difference between a
oh,
crazy
Crazy
person.
like
oh,
a fox.
oh, you're gonna say you crazy, huh?
Yeah, I'll admit it. I'm crazy and smart instead of crazy and dumb. So, you got some crazy dumb people and you got some crazy smart ones. So I'm a crazy smart one. So
It's all good.
my mother was conceived, like my grandmother, or her original father cheated on his wife with my grandmother, and that's how my mother was conceived. So he didn't claim my mother, so he would not break up his marriage. So my grandfather Kenny Reed, he when he got my grandmother, he adopted my mother and married her, and adopted my grandmother and married her, and that's when I got that last name. So, but my mother's original father, his father would say, "Okay, you wrong," and claim her, and his sister. So we get to that's what made me start to say, hold on, now that my mother had recently passed, let me start looking into my bloodline to see why I act a certain way, or why different certain qualities I inherited, because I don't act like the Reed side of the family at all. I don't look like them. So it's like, now I get to you get curious. So they want to know why or what, or and so I got to learn that my original grandfather, he had a piano company and he tuned pianos and played the piano, and that's why I like music or like instruments and stuff. It's in my bloodline. So certain things you get to learn, and like, okay, this is why I may have liked this, or but then you get to looking into the family tree right there with that DNA ancestry. I get to showing you that certain, back in the day, was janitors. And there was a lot of them worked on farms. I get to see, and they was registering for farm, and then I would see some under them. Some people I would see a word, I don't know, but some I would see servant on some of them too. Like, okay, so you get to see, and this real weird. Ancestry.com get real documents where you see signatures on stuff, and
That's right.
stuff like that. So a lot of it do be worth the money because even though I be talking about the money, but it feels good it feels good to get to connecting and learning about your ancestors, when you get to digging in and finding out your cousin this, your uncle that, your grandma this, your great, you get, oh, okay, they was like this, and then you get to learn, like, okay, well, dang, how my great grandfather, he was 36, and my grandma was 17. Dang, nabbit. They was messing with them young then, so you get to seeing that they, a lot of different stuff, finding out they operated differently back then than they do now. You can't see no 36-year-old with no
RaShaan,
17-year-old.
Oh, Gary.
that we have I got a question for you.
I got an answer for you.
Okay, I believe it. What have you learned from being on our meeting, participating in the meeting?
What I've learned is basically it starts with the blood. You must first track down, find out what you all related to by your blood, but doing what y'all basically saying doing a genealogy. So genealogy by tapping into what ancestors and who I got here in the first, by being able, because what Diane said is, because I was talking to my grandmother the other day, and then like she kind of finally admitted that my Uncle Dwayne ain't by my grandfather. My grandmother a Jehovah's Witness, so they be like real upright on how they act. They act, they don't act ghetto at all, or should I say, or like my grandma act, without me seeing her, Jehovah's Witnesses act real formal, or should I say. So to get her to break down to say that my Uncle Dwayne wasn't my real, wasn't by my grandfather was a lot. So I'm like, wow. So and it was, I'm able to do it by telling her, Grandma, I'm in the I'm on Ancestry, I'm looking up and I'm telling her stuff. She's like, huh? So she knows she almost gotta come clean. So I understand what Diane is saying. Like, hold on,
and from my some more Mossology, God is the source, and we're the messengers. So it's important that the information that we obtain, we're able to give the message to someone. Sometimes people don't want to hear it. There's a way of presenting it. You have to verify first before you share the information that you obtain, and the truth can't be hidden. So it's a major task, that the undertaking that we take responsibility. And so God is the source, we're the messengers, and the truth can't be hidden.
My grandmother just revealed to me an auntie that they don't claim because of my granddad, I guess, had her outside of my grandma. Huh? I'm like, yeah. So this ancestry thing making my grandma like, Grandma, you holding out on me. What's going on over there? Now I'm about to dig into this answer some more and make you tell me some more stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you get your test done, and then you'll have a story right in front of you.
Oh, this is my Jehovah's Witness grandma. She hiding it from me.
Well, she probably wasn't always a Jehovah's Witness.
No, she wasn't.
No.
You should get her to take the test too, because that'll make the information more accurate farther back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Grandma, now, and when I looked on it, I don't know if they mistaken. That's why when you're doing that ancestry, you got to have a good computer, or make sure you're doing it right, because it might have made it like my grandmother got a twin, and it said, I'm like, Grandma, damn it, you can't be holding out on a twin from me, Grandma. So it's so I gotta make sure I do the research right.
And what we do is we match mentors with some of the people just starting off. We help you through the process. Once you get the information, we match you up and help you with your trees and answer your questions and spend time with you so that you
Sign me up.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and pay for the DNA test, and then we really gonna be linked in. So sign me up.
Wait till the sale. Probably Black Friday.
Probably.
Now the test at $99. Black Friday it'll probably be $49 or $59.
Like that. That's
the whole month of November, because of Army. What is the Veterans Day? What is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say Veterans Day.
Oh, Veterans Day. Okay, yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'll do it then, because
no, pay the money. Pay the money now. All y'all looking towards tomorrow ain't promised. If you got the money, is worth it.
Very curious. He want to see your family.
But also, look, I also tapped in and got on the family tree, and then they end up texting each other, and he called me. He on my mother's side, and we talked. He in Detroit, so he ended up telling me that we got a famous cousin that work. So it's like it's linked me in with somebody already.
You're the famous cousin. You're the famous cousin. You are.
Thanks, I appreciate that. You like it. You like
So look here, everybody. we're going to get ready to shut it down. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to ask for closing comments from starting with Truthbey, Diane, RaShaan, and then Theresa. Truthbey, can you give us some closing comments on?
Yes, definitely. I thank you, Mr. Moss, because what you're doing is not unique, but it's definitely premier out there for people to know how they can start tracing your genealogy. So I do want to connect with you on that. And where can we get the kit faster? Can we get shipped faster? Can we get a discount? That's
You
what
can
I'd
buy
like to-
them at Kmart, not Kmart, what Target. You can buy them at Target.
Oh, they sell
Probably
at
other
Target.
stores too. Yeah.
All right. All right.
And I want to, I also want to say to you, I admire you for your courage to lead by an example. You're a light. I've seen you in person, the assertiveness, standing up front and wanting to be at the table instead of being the meal. And so it
Yes,
takes a
sir. Thank
special
you.
it takes a special person that has those kind of purposes in life, and I look forward to complimenting you in a capacity that I feel comfortable with. And so this is pretty much my comfort zone here, and so
Yes, sir.
and we'll help you as best as we can in this format. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Diane?
The more people you get to take a test in your family, the more productive your research will be. And it should be somebody from both sides of your family, paternal and maternal side, because the points are going to go two different directions. And so you can maximize your research by doing that. And then once you get the results on Ancestry, you can load it up to 2 or 3 other places that'll really be helpful to give you information that's not there on Ancestry, other matches.
Thank you, Diane. RaShaan?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, I thank you for allowing me to come on your platform, because it's like the ancestors are talking through you and through you guys to me, and I hear it loud and clear, and I like some of the members you got on here, like Miss Juanita Moss. She remind me of my grandmother, like how she's laid back and cool, but when it's time to get down, she's gonna talk and let it be known. But she seemed like she let your granddad take care of his thing, let the husband take care of it. She like want to remind me of my grandma like that. And Diane remind me like one of my aunties. When you go over her house, when you better sit down and be quiet, or you get your tail whipped with Miss Diane. Like you ain't about to be ripping and running through the candy and eating up all her fruit. You about to be eating up the fruit bowl like you crazy. You know, right. Well, thank you for allowing me to connect with these beautiful people and keep what you're doing. I imagine this growing from this small group to a major group of people, because I think all of us should be interested into how you got here, you know, and to start with a genealogy, you know. So appreciate it. Keep up the good work, and thank you. I'll take as much as help that y'all can give me, because y'all don't got those gray hairs for no reason.
No, no.
That's right.
I want to say that we have these meetings. We reach out to our family members, and we invite friends. The format is open to anyone that you feel this would be of value to. And I just want to make a nomination. Family, I nominate RaShaan to be the MVP of the meeting, the most valuable person.
Right now.
All in favor?
All in favor, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. You still know how to make me smile, man. You made my day, man. You just don't understand what you did to my day, because it was a bad day. Started off, you just turned that's not how you can turn. This is literally how you can turn the frown upside down. I can look at this. I look like the Kool-Aid man, the chocolate Kool-Aid man. Look at me.
Okay, RaShaan, do you sing?
No, I need to get into what they call voiceovers, and stuff like that.
You
I
have
was
a beautiful voice.
You
Beautiful.
would be good in voiceover. Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah,
now, Miss Juanita, now compliments to get you married, get you everything. You married over there? Miss Juanita, don't be talking about my voice.
I like your voice, but I'm 91 years old.
Oh, you young. You gotta reverse that and turn. That's 19. You gotta
My
turn
God.
around.
Don't look a day and like, oh wow. Wait a
She
minute.
is
okay,
beautiful.
let's go, Theresa, and then Gracie.
Me.
Teresa.
Wrong, Gracie.
Yeah, Theresa.
Teresa ain't
Closing
said nothing.
comments.
Yeah,
Closing
Teresa
comments.
Spears. Oh, another place that you can get the ancestry test if you want it sooner is Amazon. If you have Prime, it'll be in like 2 days. But like I said, it's not on sale. It's $99 full price, but at least you won't have to pay the $10 shipping.
But on eBay, you can get one. For
Say it again?
50 or 60 on eBay, 50 or $60.
Different platforms without paying the $10. And RaShaan, looking forward to you getting your results. I'd like to help you get started for sure.
And I
And
love
whatever
help.
you got,
Don't extend no help to
Yeah,
me. I'm like a cat that you put milk out in the door. I'll be back for another bowl of milk.
Can he be added to your email list, Mr.
Jerry.
Moss?
Yes.
Put it in the chat.
Yes, put it in the chat.
If I have my email.
Put it in the chat. Do you do each of you have your phone numbers or a pen or pencil? I can give you my number.
Put it in the chat, Jerry.
I already have your number.
RaShaan and Truthbey, do you have my telephone number? I can give it to you. You
Yes.
can,
You can give it to us now. I have it, but you can
okay.
give it to us.
619-838-6532.
Now I'm gonna use that number. Now offer me help is like offer me a piece of chicken or offer me some watermelon. I gotta take it.
That's great.
Fried chicken.
Can you say it one more time? 619?
619-838-6532.
Yes, sir. I
Need
have.
no fried chicken and some watermelon. Yeah. Throw some
Okay,
potato
Teresa.
salad with it too.
Ribs.
Mhm.
Finish, Teresa, please.
I'm finished. Gracie?
Hey,
Yes, hi everyone.
where's Teresa? Ask where she's located at. RaShaan, ask her where she lives.
Teresa, where are you located?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay, that's
Hey,
what's up. So, I'll leave all my they go all my information inside the chat. And
Okay.
yeah, I like potato. I like good potato salad. That good with with the mustard potato salad with the pimentos
Yeah.
and the relish and all that in it. The good
I
potato
don't
salad.
like no white potato salad. Mustard
Teresa.
potato salad.
Teresa,
Yeah, Teresa cooks, so yeah, potato salad, peach cobbler, pound cake, all that.
Oh yeah, see, yeah.
Was that storm? Did it impact you? That storm that we had last week. The
You're
storm.
asking me?
Yes. Teresa, yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh, we had rain. Yes, we had a lot of rain.
It was terrible, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was every day.
That's what I thought.
Okay, Gracie, closing comments, and then Juanita.
Gracie.
Gracie,
Yes, I'm here.
can we get your closing comments? Your closing comments, please.
Oh gosh. Closing comments. Okay.
And what city are you in?
I'm in Brooksville, Florida.
Florida.
Oh, Florida. Down where it's warm.
Florida.
Gotta put up with
yeah.
Ron DeSantis, so boy.
Well, my
good.
home is Alabama, but I'm in Brooksville. Anyway, very informative, very good stuff to learn. Still kind of confusing, but I got Theresa on my side. I might need to get you. Let me see what your name is. Don't tell me. You gotta tell me I don't see it.
Oh,
Miss, with the orange on.
Oh, me,
Diane?
Diane?
Yeah, you.
Grace.
Miss Diane.
What's your name? Tell me
Miss
your name.
Diane.
Miss
Cute
oh,
there
look
in the
at
middle.
you. You just come on here, you know it. Okay,
Yeah, I
Miss
like Miss
Diane.
Diane. She knows what she talking about.
Yes.
I put it
I
in
need
here.
extra people. I already have Theresa, so I need Miss Diane too. And anyway, wonderful conversation. I enjoy everyone. I enjoy meeting those I didn't know. Um, Waiting on the next meeting. Hopefully I have something to talk about myself. Seems like everyone has something to talk about, and I never have much to say about anything. So
Thank you,
yes.
Gracie. Thank you. The next meeting, well, since you mentioned it, it's going to be on the 15th, the same time, 15th.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Juanita, please.
Yes, well, I'd like to introduce myself to those I have not met before. I am an in-law. I'm a Moss in-law. I was married to a Moss, but my daughter comes on every once in a while. So I'm here for her, my son, so I can be attached to Jerry and all of his cousins. It has been such a pleasure. I would like to mention to you that particularly RaShaan, we should not be saying that we're related by blood. We're related by genes, and we're studying genealogy. Now, how do I know this? Because I was a biology teacher. So mine comes from the science rather than from just the history. I will not be on the call on the 15th because I will be in Pennsylvania, because I'm going to be there to receive an award for my father to be inducted into the Luzerne County Hall of Fame. He was an anthracite coal sculptor in northeastern Pennsylvania. So that's all.
Wow.
Wow.
And I'm an author, and I have written 9 books.
That's
You're
so
amazing. I can see the halo right behind you. You got a
And I've
halo
had
right
white hair
behind
forever.
you. Yeah.
And thank you, Juanita. And what
beautiful.
she has a presentation too. The next time she comes on, would you please give us a presentation on, the results when you come back, and that information on was that your great grandfather?
My father,
Yes.
Charles Edgar Patience. You can Google him if anybody's interested. Charles Edgar, you can Google me too, Juanita Patience Moss, if you're interested.
You said it too
Charles
fast.
Patience was your father's name?
My maiden name was Patience. My father was Charles Edgar Patience.
Okay.
And I'm Juanita Patience Moss. Okay. And if you want any of my books, just let me know. I'd be very happy to autograph them for you.
Okay, I was wanting to know, are you related to Mr. Jerry Brent Moss Sr.?
I'm not related. My husband was.
Oh, your husband is related to Mr. Moss.
My husband was Edward Irving Moss.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen those 2 Mosses. And Mr. Jerry Brent Moss, are you related to Randy Moss, the wide receiver?
He needs
Yeah.
vicariously.
Vicariously? Okay.
Now let me give you my closing comments, y'all. So,
Okay.
I'm so blessed to be here today. I had sitting in church and the hooping and hollering, but I was focusing on being here at 2:00. I prioritize my time, but this is very important to me. And this, for us being together and each of you sharing your stories, it gives me a purpose. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So look, it's all good. It's all God. Peace.
Peace.
Sayonara.
Thank you. God bless y'all.
Bless.
Bless everybody. Good
Bless.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Man, there you go. Great meeting. October 1st, 2023. Very informative meeting. enjoyed stories and listening. And it's a lot of positive information was shared, and I just pray that we all are able to help one another. It's all good. It's all God. Peace.